When is the best time to come and fish sea trout on Gotland? Well, that's a question we often get in our roles as fishing guides, and I would say it's not such an easy question to answer. I mean, technically you can catch fish any day of the year, and depending on spin and fly, we have a little bit different opinions about when the time is at its prime, I would say. It's sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
But yeah, I thought we're gonna do this video like this. We're gonna go through from season to season, beginning summer, which is coming now, autumn, winter, and spring. A little bit about the different seasons to, yeah, give you a little bit of a better perspective of the sea trout fishing here on Gotland. So let's do it beginning with summertime.
Summertime.
Very complicated sentence.
You haven't fished that much because you always go up to Shonayok?
Yes, yeah. I'm more in the northern destinations in the company during the summer season. So it's a time when we don't do guidings here actually.
No.
The temperature is quite warm in this time of the year. So it's very difficult to plan and do guidings in that time, because temperatures can be very warm in the water and we feel it's not responsible enough to do guidings in that time of year. But yeah, can you tell some about the fishing?
Like, you can absolutely catch sea trouts in the summer, but you basically have to live on the island and really look for those cold water streams that you can find sometimes in the summer, where it can drop almost to 4 degrees in middle of July and June. So it's absolutely possible, but you have to really look for the right condition and stay here mostly the whole summer, and you maybe have a few days of good fishing. So it can be super tricky, but it's absolutely possible.
I'm gonna squeeze in with a little advice there. When you find colder water, use a thermometer to check, and also compare shallow water to deeper water. It can be just like between this deep and to the knees.
Yeah.
The temperature can vary a lot.
Yeah.
So if you hook a sea trout and drag it into shallow water, a fish like that it's a very stressful thing for them to be fought and pulled into much warmer water. So be careful with that.
Yeah.
Stay further out, use a net so you can unhook it there.
Yeah.
That's a little advice.
Absolutely.
But nights can be magic with fly rod.
Yeah.
During summer season as well with spin.
Yeah.
Night can
Definitely.
be incredible.
Yeah. Night fishing can be really good. But yeah, be careful with the warm water, because and try to keep the fights with the fish as short as possible as well.
Yeah. But Gotland is a very famous tourist destination. So if you're one of the people that come here in the summer, you happen to have good conditions, yeah, give it a go.
Yeah, try.
Yeah.
It's possible, definitely.
Yeah. But let's move on to the season we are starting to get excited for sea trout fishing, which is the autumn.
Yeah. And it begins in late September, early October. That's when the fish start to come back to the shorelines, more or less, in good numbers. Some are going to spawn and some are overspringers that doesn't spawn.
In general, autumn is quite difficult to talk about, because you talk about a big gap of temperature, all the way from like almost summer temperatures down to very cold towards the end of the autumn. But for what makes me tickle a little bit extra, what gets me extra excited to do sea trout fishing, is when the temperature is starting to get like down to 8, or even down to 6 degrees. When you started to find that in shallow water, that's when I like that's when I like the fly fishing the best, which is maybe late October, but definitely beginning of November. And from there, that's my favorite for for fly fishing. But
yeah,
what would you say?
Yeah, I would say like late September and beginning of October can be really exciting. And then you have a period in the middle of October, I think can be quite difficult because the temperatures can vary so much. But as soon as you get to late October, beginning of November, it's really good with spin as well. I really enjoy that time of period as well. And yeah, November, next month, usually good.
Yeah.
The whole November, December.
Yeah. Moving on to winter time, it's the time when we have the least guiding requests, but we absolutely love winter fishing.
Yes.
With fly rod, you go in super shallow water, floating line and just very slow retrieves, read how the water looks and place the flies near some rocks and small deeper holes near the shoreline. It's so exciting. Big fish are going even more shallow than during the autumn, which is it's phenomenal.
Yeah, winter fishing is just the best. Like even with spin gear, I have learned a lot from fishing with Robert and copied like downsizing a lot of the times, fishing super slow, targeting pockets and really shallow water. Super amazing fishing.
Yeah, we that live here, of course, we have the advantage that we can choose what day that we fish, which makes it a little bit difficult. I understand why people don't want to come here in that time, because if it is a storm, a winter storm, or it's like minus 10 degrees, it's not so fun.
No.
So if you travel far and have to plan long ahead, maybe go a little bit earlier, like late autumn or like more towards the spring.
Yeah.
But if you live close, like in Stockholm or Oskarshamn, where it's just a ferry trip away, give us a call like, hey Robert, what do you think about the weather forecast coming weekend? Can you do a guiding? Well, we are definitely out on the coast in that time and really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that can be worth doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You can have dream fishing in January, February.
Okay, Daniel. Winter is over.
Yeah.
Now springtime.
Springtime, it's the prime time for sea trout angler here on the Gotland.
Yeah, definitely. It's the time when everyone wants to come.
Yeah.
So you can expect that there is more crowding on the coastlines at that time. It's well, it's the most safe time, I would say.
Yeah.
The weather is usually a bit calmer,
yeah,
and it tends to be warmer the temperature is much warmer in that time.
Yeah, you have a period where the water has been really cold, so you look for maybe those areas with a few degrees more than earlier. So,
but fishing is like this. It's different from day to day. So it's not always that the spring days are always better than the autumn or the winter or the summer days.
Absolutely
you never know
not.
what you're going to expect when you go sea trout fishing.
No.
So it's hard to say. A little advice for you that are here fishing in springtime, that when I drive around doing a guiding, when I'm out fishing, I try to be very respectful for other people.
Yep.
It is a huge coastline here.
Yeah.
Much can be done. You can fish quite a lot of the coastlines here. So if I see someone fishing and I want to fish there, I will go down and talk to these people. Hey, how is it going? Are you going? I see you're going this way. Is it okay that I go this way?
Yeah.
If I'm too lazy, I don't go down and talk to them. It's
usually just move on.
Yeah, it's better to move on or to actually go down and talk to people. It's yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. But yeah, the springtime the reason why it's so interesting is because the mass of the sea is cold in that time.
Yeah.
And when the spring sun starts to heat up the shallow water, it can be a big temperature difference. So the sea trout wants to come in shallow, yeah, and make the most out of that temperature difference that they have there. Yeah. So yeah, you can expect fish in shallow water, and both spin fishing and fly fishing can be really good.
Yeah, definitely.
So like already from middle of March it's very popular to come here, and all the way to middle of May I would say that's the time when most people want to come. Yeah. And fly fishing is often very good in the beginning, and spin fishing is often very safe in the end.
Yes.
But depending on the temperature it can be both. But in general we have the advantage with the fly rod and take it really slow if the temperature is a bit lower in the early spring.
Yeah, and you can always, like with both spin and fly, you can always adjust. Even if it's warmer or colder, you can always find a pattern that works.
Mm. Yeah, that's the best way we can answer that question at least. Yeah. I hope you found any sort of clarity in the question. And yeah, there is lots more to talk about in sea trout fishing. We are real nerds when it comes to it. But yeah, let's end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out this other video where we talk about what gear we use. Yeah. That's recommend for you to check out next. Thanks for watching.
See ya. Bye.